Imagine you are in Chicago and it's about to start the great race that everyone has been waiting for, a 26.2-mile run that will last most people an average about 5 hours. Now, there are two people in particular. The first man takes off. He starts running. He's been working hard. He gets to mile marker number 20, and bam, he hits a wall. He stops. His legs start shaking. His mind starts saying, I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't know what to do next. So he just puts his hands up in the air and says, I'm done, and takes off. Now, the next runner, the gun goes off and he starts running. He starts running fast and running hard. His mind is set on the goal. He has a vision of where he wants to go. But when he gets to mile marker number 20, he hits another wall. Now, this runner has already trained not only his body, but his mind. And so he knows where he wants to go. He knows what he wants to do at the end. And so, when he gets to mile number 20 and he hits that wall, he keeps on going. He says, I can do this. I've trained for this. I know what I'm going to do. So he finishes the race, and he's fine. Now, my name is Morgan Severin, and I'm a part of an organization called Youth with a Mission. And today, I want to share with you my vision. A little bit about where I've been in the past 9 months, about the organization that I'm a part with, and also what I'm going to be doing in the next 2 years. We're going to start off with a little bit about the organization. I'm a part of Youth with a Mission, as I said, also known as YWAM. Now, YWAM is a non-denominational organization that was started back in 1960. But it actually didn't start there. It actually started in 1956 by a man named Loren Cunningham. Now, Loren Cunningham one day had a dream. And he called this dream actually a mental movie, where in the movie, he saw this map. And on this map, there were waves that were crashing all over the different continents and countries of the world. And then these waves started turning into young teenagers. And the teenagers started going and spreading the gospel to all the different nations, proclaiming Jesus' name and discipling others. Loren, when he found this dream, he had a vision. He knew what he wanted to do, and he started it 4 years later in 1960. YWAM is now one of the largest Christian organizations in the world. By the end of this presentation, I hope that when you leave this building, your mindset is changed. You start praying harder, thinking harder, and dreaming bigger dreams. So to get started, I want to share with you, I already said all that, so let's pretend I didn't say any of that, and we'll go on. So for me, I started YWAM back in September of 2011, and I knew when I came down to Jacksonville Beach, I was going to be a part of a 5-month organization, or 5-month school. The first 3 months, I was going to be doing a lecture phase, and the last 2 months, I would be overseas, where I'd be teaching others about Jesus. I knew that when I came to the school, I was going to grow. I was going to learn more about God, and I was going to preach and share the gospel to other people. Now, what I didn't know was that by the end of the 5 months, I didn't want to go home. Now, when we went on outreach, I remember we went to outreach in Thailand and Cambodia, and one of the places that we went to the border of Burma and Thailand. We went to Mae Sot, and we spent 12 days in Mae Sot. And while we were in Mae Sot, we went to, okay, I totally messed up. I'm like totally messing up. Okay, we went to the border of Mae Sot in Thailand, and there we spent about 12 days in Mae Sot. And we went to a place where it was a refugee camp. We spent a day there. We slept the night, and then we woke up the next morning. And the next morning, we went around, venturing around the village a little bit. And when we got to the one of the parts in the village right outside the church, we looked up at this big mountain. And I remember standing at the base of this mountain and looking over and realizing that I could go to Burma. Like, I could just walk over and I'd be in Burma. And my heart was so excited. Tears kind of welled in my eyes, and I remember wanting to be there. So, yeah, so my dream is to go to disciple and to teach others about Jesus Christ. For the next 2 years, I'm going to be a part of YWAM Jacksonville Beach, where I'm going to be discipling, teaching, and stretching others so that they can go and they can learn about Jesus as well. For the next 2 years, I'm going to be a part of a non-paid organization that I am going to trust God for each cent that comes in. I'm going to trust that my food is going to be paid for, my board is going to be paid for, and I'm going to go overseas and teach others about Jesus. Today, my goal is to share with you a little bit more about the organization, to share that what I've been doing in the past 9 months and what I'm doing now. My prayer is that when you leave this building, your mindset has changed, your heart is going to change, and that you have a clear vision of what you want to do in the future.